Hey guys, it's Everseen. So I just woke up. I played for way too long last night. Got really good progression on the character, and I kind of wanted to just go over what the Bleed Chieftain looks like. I haven't been using Earthquake. I've actually been using Sunder, and in a 4-link with Fist of War, Melee Fizz, and Fortify. I do not have my 4th Ascendancy yet. I only have like the 3rd one for Max Res, so the next one's going to be more damage. I will showcase a map, but for now I'm just going to go over the passive tree real quick. Basically, the way I went is through here, the normal way, like we did RT. I went in here, grabbed this Axe node, and then I grabbed Juggernaut, and then after Juggernaut, I realized that I didn't have really enough damage, so I went like totally down here and into Bastion Breaker, and then the Ignore 50% Fizz damage reduction node. This is amazing for melee, and I would like go for this as soon as you possibly can. Like, I was in Act 2 when I think I got here, or like late Act 2, and I was like one-shotting pretty much everything. And yeah, later on, I mean, I obviously went for the exerts first off, because I think getting an extra exert on Intimidating Cry was like really, really good damage. You also get, you know, a little bit more damage for exerted attacks, so that's nice too. And so after I kind of went for like Bastion Breaker, I went, I think I grabbed like a couple more of these Axe nodes. I should have filled the whole thing, but I kind of forgot. And I was just kind of like loosely going over like my POB and like not following it to a T. I kind of went into, you know, Warcry buff effect, and then I went into Warcry buff effect up here. And then by that time, like after grabbing life as well, like it was time to do Cruel Lab. And I decided, you know, to go Blood Magic and to use a couple War Cries. I used Intimidating Cry and Enduring Cry because if you don't know, once you get Cruel Lab with the build that I'm trying to play, you get War Cries have infinite power. So every time we use Enduring Cry, we get full endurance charges and a lot of regeneration. So that's kind of the heart and soul of the build, is all this regeneration that we're getting. And yeah, I scaled into Bleed like Act 8 to 10. I just kept grabbing Chance to Bleed, and I had even more damage. So I kept Bastion Breaker at like this version of the tree right now. I'm level 81. Yeah, level 81. So I'm basically going to keep going for like Endurance Charge, probably some more life up here, and then I might even start trying to push towards Suppression. But I need to get rid of Bastion Breaker at some point, but I'm kind of wondering if I should keep it because it's actually kind of nice when you're playing physical builds. So yeah, not really sure, kind of tight on points. But other than that, you know, I took like the Moving While Bleeding Mastery. I took the 25% chance to aggravate bleeding on exerted attacks. Every single attack that we're going to be doing is basically exerted. Some pros and cons of the build. Basically, you know, obviously the playstyles, we have to do 3 War Cries. That's kind of like, if you forget to do them, it's not that great. Right now, I have like decent gear. I have like some armor on my gear, like over 400 and stuff, over, you know, 1700 on my my body armor. My weapon's okay. I kind of just got this one, and it has the lightning damage roll, so it's good damage. But yeah, like pretty average gear. The progression for Chieftain's obviously nice because we can just like totally scale into fire resistance, and we get like a lot of resistances. But yeah, I'm really happy with this character. We're pretty much one-shotting everything right now. But I'll jump in a map real quick and show you guys. I'll even do like a yellow map just because like I haven't really gotten that far. I'm only like a little bit into white maps and then yellow maps. I was kind of having like a lot of fun with the league mechanic yesterday, so I wasn't really like fucking around too much. Trying to like progress super quick, so you know, that's where I'm at. Let's just get a map that's actually decent. This one. And then I'll show you guys kind of the DPS of it. But yeah, the playstyle, it's obviously the same. We're still doing the 3 War Cries. So, you know, trying to sustain these endurance charges, because if you don't, it feels really bad. I have, I just got automation on Blood Rage, so that feels really good for the build. But as you can see, like, whatever I don't one-shot, since I have 100 chance to bleed, it basically just bleeds to death. So... The damage is very, very good, and I think this is probably like the easiest league start I've ever had on hardcore, simply just because the Chieftain Ascendancy is a built-in like get out of jail free card. So The only thing that I have problems with right now are my attack speed is way too low. But other than that, man, like, pretty good. I picked probably the worst map to do this in, but yeah. What else could I talk about? Basically, the league mechanic, I didn't do it the first, like, 3 acts, and then I started doing it because it's actually really beneficial to start queuing up your workers and stuff early. So, I spent a lot of time in the league mechanic while leveling yesterday, once I figured that out, and I had a lot of fun doing it, actually. Like, it was definitely really fun. As you can see, I kind of forgot the war cry there, so that's, like, one of the big things, right? Like, you gotta remember to keep up your war cries and keep those endurance charges going. I haven't done the Immortal Call setup yet, just because I don't feel the need. I do have Fortify, as well as, you know, 5 endurance charges, about to be 6. Using Seismic Cry as well now, so Enduring Cry, Seismic Cry, and Intimidating Cry for now. I am going to go into Ancestral Cry, but for right now, I kind of like using Intimidating for the big damage on exerts. Because technically, we are still hit-based, so... I haven't gotten a good Sundering Axe yet to really transition into bleed, so I'm kind of sticking with this. We could use EQ as well. I just kind of like Sunder better than Earthquake, to be honest with you. Sunder's like one of my favorite skills to ever use, and it got like giga buff this league, so it's like it'd be a crime for me not to do it. But yeah, rares, I mean, they take a little bit. Yeah, like that rare took it just like died instantly to Fist of War, so just depends on the hit you get. If you don't get a super solid hit, then you're just not really going to get much damage. League Mechanic does really good damage for League Mechanic, actually. But yeah, I plan to get the Fist of War Ascendancy. Like, that's kind of why I'm trying to do yellow maps, trying to get the trial. Just like doing them blue and not yellow, because I don't have a lot of currency right now to roll yellow maps, so I'm kind of just rolling with this, trying to find a trial. And then once I find a trial, man, we have literally a 5 link for free without needing gear, so that's also really nice for progression. Chieftain getting that like free 7 link once you have a 6 link is pretty crazy. And I find, you know, people have been saying too, like, why couldn't you just play this on a gladiator, and bleed is better on a gladiator. I just don't think that gladiators can handle slams. Yeah, it doesn't really work. Like, it does work to do the slam, but it doesn't work to do the war cries. But obviously, though, like, overexertion is like my top priority of what I want in the build. So you know, if once I get that, it's actually like huge damage. But as you can see, yeah, like, yellows are comfortable. I could probably go all the way to reds with this setup. I think I do enough damage. Bosses are really, really bad. Like, this guy, he's already basically dead. I can insta-phase pretty much any boss there. The T1 maps and stuff, too, it was literally a joke. Like, nothing was doing damage to me. I was doing the Lava Lake boss in, like, 1 to 2 hits because of the bleed. But yeah, that's pretty much the map. Another thing too, talk about the league mechanic real quick. When you're doing the league mechanic, you definitely want to prioritize hiring decent workers, but you want to prioritize upgrading your town as much as you can, because that enables you to have more workers. So another thing that's really cool about this is the shipments. So if you're not doing the shipments, you should definitely be doing these. I'll showcase one right now, actually, since I have it back. Wow, okay. Good armor on those. Oh, nothing I want. Okay. So, shipping rewards. This one was about 20 to 30k. 20 to 30k value, I think. So it's really not that great. I mean, the rewards I got there are pretty, like, lackluster. I think I got a new unique, though. Non-Val Slam, okay. And the gear it gives is also really good too. I'll showcase kind of a helmet that I got last night. I got one of the new bases, and it's like actually insanely good. Yeah, it came like that, and I crafted percentage armor on it, and now it has almost 1200 armor on a helmet. So the shipments are A tier. They give like pretty much heightened bases. Like this one, it gave me another Conqueror's helmet. It gives me, you know, like item level 81 equipment, which it kind of works similar to like Expedition, right? So the thing with these though too is for some reason the disenchantment stuff that you get, the dust, it is actually very, very lucrative for the shipping. It gives so much value. I don't know why. I don't know if it's really that valuable. Like, but here, let's just start one. Do wheat, prepare shipment, and oh, okay, there. Once I put a little bit of items, or actually, it just scales everything. So 13k, and then bam, it's up to 37k with just 1800 dust. So I didn't think it was exponential for what you currently had, but I guess it is. So yeah, another thing too is I think you get 50% more whatever favor or whatever you want to call it out of just doing more of these resources. Like here, I'll get 40% more, 50% more for the shipment value is what I think it really is. I've just been kind of like doing a bunch of stuff, really. I'm trying to keep my risk probably around 20% is the idea. And then, yeah, I just set sail, wait 40 minutes, and then I get really cool bases and stuff coming back. So the leak mechanic is like A+, honestly. And if you're not doing it in campaign or like early maps, like you're kind of really missing out. So another thing too is like the gear that you get from it, you can just shove it in here if you want, and then you can disenchant it, right? So like I'll probably disenchant these boots, and it gives 2000, 2400. Like it actually gives quite a bit because, you know, obviously these are high tier sort of things. Black market is also extremely good if you need like if you need a quick weapon, if you need some jewelry or something. Like it's always worth the chance to use your gold to buy some of this for your progression. I actually think it's super underrated. A lot of people have been talking about it though, so that's good. And then yeah, managing your town, like everything else is pretty straightforward, man. Like just upgrade all your things and just farm golden maps and come back here and make sure you have a bunch in your treasury, because if you don't, like me, because I just woke up, then your town is effectively doing nothing, right? So before you get up for the night and sleep, farm a bunch of gold. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the day one. I'll keep playing here, hopefully get into red maps probably by the end of today or tomorrow. Make another update, hopefully be in the EQ portion of the video and or progression, sorry, and like 5 link, and hopefully get a 6 link, and then I have a 7 link slam. So anyways, thanks guys, I'll talk to you later. Alright, so real quickly before I forget, let's kind of go over the gear, and I'll show you guys what I'm running for links and setups and stuff. You know, 4 links basically all the way around. I'm using like a 3 link here. Anyway, I need more sockets for a couple more things, but for now, this is okay. Right now, I'm using Sunder, Fist of War, Melee Fizz, and Fortify. This Fist of War is going to be replaced by Overexertion once I actually can get my Ascendancy. And then once I get a 5 link, I'll probably put Brutality in the mix. I need to level 1, but I don't have it at the moment. I have Blood Rage and Automation. This is so that I just don't have to press it in a map. It's kind of nice. I just only have to worry about my workers, right? I've got Vitality reserved on my life to give me more life regen. I think this is a way better option than not running it. Obviously, you know, you lose 200 of your life, but you're regenerating that life back, right? So for hardcore, this is really nice. And when I made the blood magic swap, I instantly went Vitality just because it's really comfortable to level with. Yeah, stacking armor kind of all the way around, trying to really like fish out these huge life rolls, because obviously we're blood magic and we want lots of life. Like this amulet has 100 life, that's pretty huge. The body armor, it could be way better. The only real stat that I want is the additional physical damage reduction, so that's really good for the Chieftain. You kind of want to stack that as much as you can. It's like kind of where I'm using the minor Pantheon for Girthgoal, where I get, you know, 5% if I'm hit recently. So, you know, getting more additional fizz damage reduction is pretty good. And then, yeah, just average rings, you know. The boots are pretty lucky. I found these with 30% MS, so I'm just using these. These are going to be avoid chill boots eventually, so that I can get away from that. I also really need to do the Brine King, double, like, the 100% chance of frozen. I need to do the Divine Vessel for that, the double one there. So, need to get up to that point. I don't know which maps they are in, but yeah, we need freeze immunity through that. Right now, we do not have freeze immunity, and that is probably, like, the scariest thing right now. Everything else is pretty trivial. Shock, I mean, that could also be argued as pretty deadly, but yeah. And then this belt I got last night, pretty good. I just wanted to stack all the life. It's got, I think that's a T1 mod. It's tier 2, actually, so we could even get higher life on this belt. And then, yeah, I got a little bit of Chaos Res on it. I really need the Chaos Res. I'm kind of struggling on that right now. I found these unveiled, and then I unveiled them, but yeah, it sucked. I didn't get a good unveil. But yeah, we're using faster attacks, cross blink, and leap slam here. I mean, faster attacks, leap slam is just, you know, no-brainer. Using war banner. In the boots, we've got Pride, Eternal Blessing. Eternal Blessing is so that we can run a free aura. Yeah, and then Molten Shell, cast no damage taken. This will be Mortal Call eventually, but I just have that for now. And then I got my 3 War Cries in here: Enduring Cry, Intimidating Cry, and Seismic Cry with Urgent Orders support. So the other thing too about this build is that you probably want to farm out lab if you're more patient than me, and you can put quality on your Warcry gems, because obviously, you know, Enduring Cry has the best cooldown. Oh, apparently the game doesn't want me to play. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, the Warcries. Sorry about that. The game just crashed, I guess. Enduring Cry has obviously 5.2 seconds, and these have 7 seconds. So, you know, having the quality on your Warcries is really beneficial. This is kind of annoying while in maps, because this will come up first, and then obviously the buff falls off for Enduring Cry, you know, right after it. So I kind of want to be casting this as soon as I can, so getting quality on these guys is pretty much my next step. So yeah, and then Urgent Orders, obviously getting more quality on that for more Warcry speed, it doesn't hurt, right? And then for flasks, I'm using, you know, Quicksilver, just a Granite and a Basalt flask. I just wanted more armor. Basically, with everything up, we have, you know, a bunch of endurance charges, 11,000 armor. It's a pretty good start. I do want to get more armor, though. Yeah. Pretty good, though, so far. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next update. Later.